Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. Let go of negative thinking and stop living for the weekend. With your host, Fran Excel.
So welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very grateful you've chosen to put me in your earbuds today. Please do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and do leave me a review. I love reading them, and it really helps me get found by other people who need to hear what I share. I'd also love you to email me your mindset and productivity questions or topics you'd love me to cover to hello@franexcel.com, because I know a lot of you think I'm inside your heads because you tell me all the time. But if I don't know what you need, I can't give it to you. So let me know. So today I want to talk about the power of positive habits and routines. So do you have a good routine set up for your day? Do you feel productive and in control? Or like you're winging it, getting nothing done and unable to change old habits? Have you recently gone full-time in your business and you're wondering where your mojo and ability to actually get stuff done has disappeared to? You are not alone, my friend. Something I work on a huge amount with my clients is setting up a routine, particularly if it's working around a job or if you've just left one. So not just a routine, but one that will get rid of unhelpful habits and set up new helpful ones that will actually help to get you where you want to go. So intuitively, you know when the bad habits, you know what they are that you want to get rid of, yeah? And you know what the good habits that you want to start are, but you're still doing the bad habits and not doing the good ones, right? So the annoying thing is we instinctively know that routine is good for us because we teach it to our kids and dogs. And usually is what we had when we were kids. We know what's best for us, really. But it's like this little rebel gremlin takes hold and does the opposite because it can. When you're not at school, you're not at university, you're not in a job, it's really, really easy for that gremlin to take hold. So when we've been in some sort of routine for our whole lives, it's really, really easy to think that you can relax it when you're your own boss. And to an extent, you can. However, if you want to stay off the overwhelm and procrastination train, then it is a good idea to create one that will actually allow you to create success and live the life that you deserve. So it's also easy to think that a routine is constricting in some way, but it's actually very, very freeing. As with most things, it really does depend on how you choose to look at it. So what do I mean when I'm talking about routine? A routine is something that is in place to allow you to create habits that serve you, that make your life better, and in turn, stop the habits that create a negative effect on your mindset, your business, or your life. Yeah, it's something that allows us to use the way that the brain works to our advantage, to create autopilot habits that allow us to actually live the best possible way, to create high performance and limit some of the inevitable mindset gremlins as best we can. So why else do we want a routine in our life? So it helps you to be far more intentional with your day. So instead of getting up and feeling like you're just floundering and fighting fires every day, you know what you're doing. You create so much extra headspace just by knowing what comes next because it takes the thinking out of it. So routine creates patience and discipline, which in my opinion and experience are two key ingredients for success and happiness. It helps you kind of let go of the attachment to the outcome and understand how much control you have over your own situation. Massively helps to get rid of overwhelm. It literally reduces the amount you need to think and decisions that you have to make. So having a routine will actually create more time for you. Shock horror. It will also increase your organization and focus because it makes you hone in on the real priorities. So you have more clarity and get more done in less time. Sounds good, right? So it also reduces stress because there are habits built into your routine to specifically do that for you. Plus, it will also mean that self-care and downtime are always a part of your life. Everything just slots around it like magic. So if you haven't guessed by now, it also massively increases your productivity. With just a few simple habits and daily routines, you can dramatically turn around the amount that you can get done in the time that you have. Also makes it easier for you to actually do the things you want to, but feel like effort, those things that are hard. It can eliminate that decision fatigue every day by planning out things like simple things like meals and outfits in advance. Being in a routine takes a lot of the thought out of things. Headspace. You're learning to use the fact that 95 to 99% of everything you do is driven by your unconscious to your advantage. So think about how long you spend every single day working out what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Should you do this or that next? Imagine how much time and headspace not having to do that would free up for you. So it also helps you rewire your brain for the habits that you want, for the person that you want to be, for the energy that you want to have. It literally gives you the very, very best chance for success. So it's worth having a little think about. So what I thought I'd do is give you a couple of ideas to ponder on and a few of my little routines. So firstly, and if you've been following me for any length of time, you'll know this, journaling. Journal morning and or evening. So I use my journaling for the non-dear diary type method. So you can go back to the episode on that to make sure my brain is always wired how I want it to, how I like it. Yeah. For positivity, kindness, gratitude, etc. How I want to live my life in 5 minutes a day. What's not to love? I've tried loads of different ways and I go through phases of journaling in the morning, but I'm much more of an evening journaler. Going over my day and finishing on a high. That's how I like to do it. And then I look forward to the next day in the evening. So I do, however, ask myself every morning what I'm looking forward to and what I'm grateful for. So it's the same thing, just inside my head, not on paper. It's a way of thinking. It's habitual. Yeah. Next one, getting out for a walk, first thing or at lunchtime. My favorite way to start the day is to take Mr. Milo, our rescue pup, out for an hour and a half. We go to the woods or down by the canal. I'm surrounded by nature and I listen to audiobooks or podcasts, or I choose to do a mindful walk and listen to what's actually going on around me, and really turn it into that mindful kind of walking meditation. It's absolutely amazing what you can hear and see when you're focusing in on it. Lunchtime is also another good time, particularly if you're feeling like you've lost your mojo a little bit throughout the morning. It's like a little mindset reset. Decide what works for you best and do that. Next one is stretch or workout. Now I know this is amazing, and I was in a routine for a good 2 years with working out and I fell off the wagon a little bit. So I'm going to be completely honest and say I'm getting back on it at the moment. This is working out aside from my daily walking. I always do between 10 to 20,000 steps every day, but I want to get back into doing more resistance training. But I do, however, make sure that I do some simple stretches in the bathroom every morning while brushing my teeth. No excuse not to, really. And it just feels really, really good. It's a good way to start the day, get your blood flowing, all of that stuff. So the next one, drink more water. Oh my goodness. When you start making sure that you get enough water, you will see how much not having enough has been affecting you. So I carry a big water bottle with me everywhere. So it's always there to remind me to drink. You'll lose weight. You'll feel clearer headed. You'll feel less groggy, less moody. Your skin will look better. It's magic stuff that so many of us take for granted. So buy yourself one of those bottles that makes it really, really easy for you to make sure you're drinking enough water a day. It serves as a reminder. It's always with you, that kind of thing. Next one that I've already mentioned, batching your food for the week. I don't do this one now because I am lucky enough to have an incredible chef for a husband. So I don't need to think about it. But if I didn't, then the power of batching a few things and putting them in the freezer creates so much headspace. It's unreal. It makes you eat healthier too. So I've done it in the past and it definitely makes a difference. One shop, half a day to batch cook, done dealio. I'm the same thing with batching content. The more, with anything really, the more similar tasks that you can bundle together, the less brain power it uses for you. So think about how you can make that work for you. Meditation. I don't really need to say any more about this. We all know the incredible benefits meditation has. So how can you get it into your daily routine? What is a good time of the day for you? Morning, evening, lunchtime? You only need a few minutes. So when do you know you can fit 5 to 10 minutes in? No excuses. So my favorite apps are Calm, Headspace, and my absolute favorite is Onvana by Mind Valley because it has hypnosis sessions in there as well. So have a look at those and just start doing it. So how do you actually start your morning? So I get up at 6 a.m. My phone is not my alarm. I have a watch that vibrates to wake me up. I make sure I don't look at my phone until I'm ready for the day or I've left the house, unless I really, really have to. I will watch something on Netflix if my Kindles run out of juice while I get ready, ideally something positive or a documentary, but I will make sure notifications are on Do Not Disturb from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and I won't check unless I really have to. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, my first thoughts are, what are you grateful for today? So that's what I start my day with. Instead of scrolling through emails and thinking, oh my God, what have I got to do today? And thinking, like, mentally going through your to-do list, think, what am I grateful for? Simple, simple, simple. Completely different mindset. I'll have either a hot water and lemon or a cup of Earl Grey and then have my breakfast. And I like to have a good 2 hours before I start the working day. So I'm actually always starting ready and raring to go instead of flustered or overwhelmed or rushing. I hate rushing. That's just me. So how are you starting yours? Coffee, the news, which is never a fun way to start the morning, Instagram scroll into the comparison loop of doom, checking emails, mentally rehearsing your to-do list. Have a think about that. Start to notice what you're doing and how it might affect your mindset for the day. And then how do you finish your day? So I make sure I am off any computers before 9 p.m. I'm asleep by 10 p.m. So usually I head to bed to write in my journal or read something. So I actually give myself that time to switch off. No caffeine past 1 p.m. I try not to eat 3 hours before bedtime. But unfortunately, when someone lovely is lovingly cooking your meals, this doesn't always happen, but that's the ideal. Doesn't affect my sleep. My 8 hours is non-negotiable. I also don't drink much alcohol these days because it really affects my sleep and I really can't stand the anxiety, right? If there's a special occasion or something I really want to drink at, then I'll plan my next day accordingly in advance so I don't have to be super productive. Yeah? So what does your ideal day look like? You can't expect to live it if you don't know what it is. So map it out from morning to going to bed. This will also help you with time blocking and batching similar tasks together and creating an actual structure for your day. So hopefully this has helped you see the power of creating a routine for yourself and all the ways that it helps rather than hinders. It's not a way to imprison yourself or restrict yourself in a negative way. It's all positive. Positive habits for your well-being, for your headspace, your productivity, success, and performance. It's about making it as easy for yourself as you can to create the habits in the first place and minimize those inevitable mindset gremlins in the first place. Yeah, it's a win-win situation where you get to have your brain start to work for you rather than against you. Magic. So if you got value from this and you know in your gut that now is the time to step up and start rewiring your thinking and changing things for yourself, then book in a free discovery call so we can work out what needs to happen to get you from where you're at right now to the action-taking success you know you can be. And if you want my eyes and ears on your problems, I work with people one-on-one and through my Proactive Pants Mastermind. So stop waiting for if and when and decide to change things now because you can. And as always, I hope that was helpful. So any questions, just let me know. And as always, I will see you next week. Bye.